USC just isn't called wide receiver U. They invented the position at the pro level. Lynn Swann, Super Bowl MVP, four-time champion with the Steelers. Keyshawn Johnson, Mr. Just Throw Me the Damn Ball himself. One of three wide receivers in NFL history to go number one overall in the NFL draft. In the 2000s, ESPN ranked USC number one in producing wide receiver talent. They're tied with Miami for the most receivers to ever play in the NFL, 40 and counting. Mike Williams, Dwayne Jarrett, Steve Smith, Robert Woods, Juju Smith-Schuster, Michael Pittman Jr., Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Drake London, just to name a few. But here's the crazy part. In all that history, only one Trojan ever won the Biletnikoff Award. Marquise Lee back in 2012. That is, until now. Makai Lemon didn't just win the Biletnikoff this year. He dominated the Power 4 in receiving yards, led the Big Ten in yards after catch. He might be one of the best receivers to ever play at USC, and he may be the best wide receiver in this entire draft class. Let's break down why Makai Lemon is about to continue USC's legendary tradition at the next level. Makai Lemon's story starts in Southern California, and from day one, this kid was different. As a freshman at La Mirada High School, Lemon caught 57 balls for 784 yards and 5 touchdowns. Oh yeah, he did snag 4 interceptions playing defensive back, a true two-way player before he can even drive. Lemon then transferred to Los Alamitos High School, where he teamed up with future USC quarterback Malachi Nelson. The results? Over 3,600 receiving yards and 41 touchdowns across his high school career. Max Preps All-American First Team, All-CIF Honors, 2023 Under Armour All-American. This wasn't just some hidden gem. Everybody knew Makai Lemon was special. Now here's where it gets interesting. Lemon was originally committed to Oklahoma, had the Sooners hat ready and everything, but when Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams packed their bags and headed to Los Angeles, Makai Lemon followed. He flipped his commitment to USC, and suddenly the Trojans had one of the best receivers in the 2023 class. He ranked 50th overall as a prospect and 9th best wide receiver in the country nationally. Lemon enrolled early in the spring of 2023, and as a true freshman, he played on both sides of the ball. Yes, you heard that right. Both sides of the ball, wide receiver and cornerback, a true Travis Hunter type before his time. He only caught 6 passes for 88 yards that first year, but USC was developing something special. 2024 is when Makai Lemon announced himself to the college football world. Against Rutgers, he went absolutely nuclear. 256 all-purpose yards and a touchdown in that one game. By the end of his sophomore season, Lemon led USC with 52 catches for 764 yards. The flashes were there. The potential was obvious, but 2025, that's when Lemon went from promising young receiver to the best damn receiver in college football. So let's talk about the numbers, because Lemon's 2025 season was absolutely ridiculous. Per PFF, Makai earned the highest receiving grade in all of college football, a 91.3. His overall grade of 90.4 also led all wide receivers nationally. When you're grading out that high, you're not just good, you're elite. He led the entire Power 4 in receiving yards with 1,156 receiving yards per game at 96.3. He also led the Big Ten in receptions per game at 6.6 yards after the catch with 502 and tied for the most receiving touchdowns with 11. He finished third in the Power 4 with 19 catches of 20-plus yards. He tied for first nationally with 50 receptions that resulted in first downs. This man was a chain-moving machine. And oh, by the way, the 11 receiving touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, and a passing touchdown, Lemon became the first player in Big Ten history to catch 2 touchdowns and throw a touchdown in the same game, since Minnesota's Eric Decker did it back in 2009 against Cal. The hardware followed the production. Makai Lemon won the 2025 Biletnikoff Award given to the nation's best receiver. He beat out Skylar Bell from UConn and Jeremiah Smith from The Ohio State. When you turn on Makai Lemon's tape, a few things jump off tape immediately. First, this man is fearless working the middle of the field. Time after time after time. You see him catching passes over the middle knowing he's about to take a hit and he doesn't care. Second, those hands, they're elite. His drop rate sits at just 2.3%, which ranks in the 95th percentile amongst this class. And when it is contested, even better. Lemon at an 81.8% contested catch rate, 89th percentile. You see it on film. Great body position in the shield defenders, high pointing the ball, finishing through contact. When the ball is in his catch radius, he's bringing it in. Third, he's a nightmare for linebackers in safety and man coverage. Working out of the slot, Lemon consistently wins with his technique. You'll see him use swipe and stack release to beat press, create separation, and then add yards after the catch. Speaking of which, that 502 yards after the catch isn't an accident. With 21 missed tackles forced this season, Lemon plays like a mini running back once he gets the ball. Elite vision in the open field, the abilities to make defenders miss, that competitive fire to fight for every yard. Yeah, that's some of that high school DB coming out of him. 43% of his total yardage coming after the reception this season is ridiculous. At 5'11", around 195 pounds, Lemon has a sturdy frame for a receiver who projects best in the slot or as a Z at the next level. His targets per route run of 33% ranks in the 89th percentile. Quarterbacks trust him. And his yards per route run of 3.45 sits in the 92nd percentile. He delivers on that trust. Now look, no prospect is perfect, and scouts may have some legitimate questions about Lemon in some parts of his game. Press coverage can be a problem. When he's lined up against physical corners who wants to get hands on him at the line of scrimmage, he can struggle to win consistently. His route tree is also very slot heavy. Most of his production comes from the inside, and there are some real questions on if he could win consistently as an outside receiver against NFL corners. I'll be honest, there's a couple of moments where you see some lazy route technique on tape when he's not the primary target, but nothing that's a major concern to me. Finally, and maybe most importantly, Lemon isn't viewed as an elite athlete. He wins with technique, not twitch. His 4.3 target separation is good, but it's not elite, 78th percentile. He's going to have to keep winning with craft, timing, and toughness because he's probably not going to run by a lot of NFL defensive backs. When I watch this game, the comparison that keeps coming to mind is Robert Woods. And yeah, that is another USC wide receiver, but the fit is almost perfect. Both are polished slot receivers who win with technique over athleticism. Both dominate the intermediate areas of the field and aren't afraid to take hits. Both have an ability to create yards after the catch. Woods carved out a long and productive NFL career as a reliable chain mover who could be deployed in multiple positions. That's exactly what Lemon projects to be. He's not going to probably be your number one alpha receiver, but he could absolutely be a rock-solid wide receiver too, or an elite third option for any of the teams in the NFL. I asked at the beginning of this video, who is Makai Lemon? In program history, USC has produced 6 first-round wide receivers: Lynn Swann, Keyshawn Johnson, Mike Williams, Nelson Aguilar, Drake London, Jordan Addison. They all share something. They weren't just talented, they were ready. Makai Lemon is about to become number 7, another Trojan built for Sundays. Lemon declared for the 2026 NFL Draft, foregoing his senior season because he knows he's ready. His projected role is a slot receiver or a Z, the type of player who could step in from day one and make an immediate impact. That is who Makai Lemon is. Remember the name. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more NFL Draft prospect profiles. Let me know in the comments which prospect you want me to cover next, and check out the written description. Link is in the video.